Let's talk about items on concurrence in the California Legislature. Assembly bills that were amended in the Senate have to return for a concurrence vote in their House of Origin. And of course, Senate bills that were amended in the Assembly also have to return to the Senate for a concurrence vote before heading off to the governor's desk. And concurrence is the method by which the House of Origin agrees or concurs in the amendments that were made to a House of Origin bill in the other House. In the Assembly, concurrence in Senate amendments is discussed in Assembly Rule 77. And 77A specifies that a vote on concurrence may not be taken until the bill has been on the unfinished business file for at least one calendar day, unless that rule is suspended. The suspension vote is just a majority vote, which generally happens during the last week of session. In addition, the one-day wait does not apply in three specified circumstances. The last two legislative days preceding the January 31st bill passage deadline for carryover or two-year bills. The second circumstance is the last two legislative days preceding the scheduled commencement of the interim study recess, which occurs in the first year or the odd year of the legislative session. And naturally, the third circumstance is in the last two legislative days preceding the scheduled commencement of the final recess that occurs in the second or even numbered year of the legislative session. Finally, under Assembly Rule 77, Senate amendments to Assembly bills are not to be concurred in until two things have occurred. First, that there's an analysis of the bill that's been distributed by the Assembly floor unit and a copy placed on the members' desks unless otherwise ordered by the Speaker, and that the bill has been published on the internet in its final form for at least 72 hours prior to that vote. On the other hand, on the Senate side, concurrence in Assembly amendments is discussed in Senate Rule 29. And Senate Rule 29 simply provides that a Senate bill that's returned from the Assembly for concurrence in Assembly amendments may not be considered until the bill appears under the unfinished business file in the daily file, and an analysis of the bill as amended is provided to each senator. Therefore, once a Senate bill is back for a concurrence vote and a floor analysis has been provided, then the measure can be voted on. There's no waiting period on the Senate side as there is with the Assembly.